So there was some stuff being posted by the American motorsport journalists and also American motorsport YouTubers about a massive announcement that's going to be coming at some point this week. You know, one of those, we're going to announce an announcement that will be announced type of posts on social media. The sort of thing that usually turns out to be, well, really underwhelming. In fact, we're still waiting on Formula Money to talk about this massive bombshell that they were talking about, well, 3 Christmases ago now. And the first thought was it was going to be something to do with IndyCar. Maybe Toyota was coming back or something along those lines as IndyCar makes its changes to its formula over the next few years. Or even the rumours surrounding Andretti to Formula 1 or something, pretty huge like that. But the news was that Hendrick Motorsports would be bringing a next-gen Cup car to Le Mans? Okay, left field AF, but it's not the first time that a NASCAR car has been seen at Le Mans. The car will be entered under the Garage 56 team name, which is the garage at the 24-hour race reserved specifically for the biggest engineering acid trips you can think of. 2 high-profile ones being the Nissan Delta Wing and the Zeod, the latter being built and entered specifically to complete one single lap of the Circuit de la Sarthe entirely on an electric motor. And a couple of years ago there was an entry that was designed to allow drivers paralysed from the waist down to be able to race at Le Mans, which is, well, they kept that one quiet because the first time I'd heard of that was while I was doing the research for this video. That's actually pretty cool. I might have to do some more research into that one. I like that. Now this car won't be entered as it would be for a traditional NASCAR road course event at somewhere like Sonoma or COTA or Charlotte or something like that. It will be modified so it looks like it won't just be a PR exercise from Hendrick here. But the thing is about Garage 56 is that it's an off-the-books class of 1. The cars under the moniker are in the race, but they're not in the race. They'll be classified, but they won't be classified, if that makes any sense to you. It is, for all intents and purposes, a test session that runs in tandem with the race, which doesn't really happen anywhere else. Given that Le Mans is run on public roads, it's not like you can call up, book the track for a few days, and then do the testing. The track is basically only open for the 24 hours of Le Mans event, so the only time you can test at Le Mans is during Le Mans. So why are they doing it? Well, in 2026 it will have been 50 years since Bill France, the founder and former owner of NASCAR, sent 2 cars to, well, France to compete at Le Mans, and Hendrick Motorsport will be sending a Camaro ZL1 to Le Mans to see what it can do. Now, who will be driving it? We don't know yet, they haven't announced that, but if they bring Jeff Gordon out of retirement, it will get some more eyes on this already, high-profile project. I mean, everybody's talking about it at the minute. And there was a reason for sending NASCAR cars to Le Mans. In 1976, it was the bicentennial of the Declaration of Independence signed by what became the United States of America, ending the American Revolutionary War, during which the 13 colonies rebelled against the Crown. Reasons for including things like being taxed to high hell to help pay for the wars against France. The irony being that the northeastern states in America typically have a higher than average state and local tax burden since. And since the French provided a lot of help to the colonies during that time, like selling them weapons and things like that, a special bond was formed because of that help, the Americans won the war. To the point that in 1876 the French built a massive copper statue and sent it over as a gift, a statue that you might have seen standing in New York. So in 1976, America and France combined again as Bill France and the ACO who organised Le Mans worked together to get a couple of NASCAR cars on the grid for Le Mans in 1976, a celebration of Franco-American relations that started back in 1774, 1775 or so when they fought against the evil British. 2 cars were sent over, a Ford Torino and a Dodge Charger, 2 vehicles that made all the other cars at that race look tiny. Like a canal boat next to one of those Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. Cars that had 7-litre V8 Moors pulling them along the Mulsanne, which at that point was chicaneless. The 2 cars wouldn't finish the race, but the point was more to celebrate Franco-American relations and the 200 years of independence, and also to celebrate the fascination that a lot of Americans have for the 24-hour race that's held in France every summer. In addition, 1976 was 10 years following Ford's demolition of Ferrari using the GT40, a car that, along with the Torino and the Charger, has entered racing and car folklore in general. It probably would make more sense to enter the cars in 2026 for the 250th anniversary of independence, but with NASCAR now entering its next-gen regulations, showing it off to the world now makes sense. There is also the new hybrid systems that are supposed to be coming in 2023, which fits with, NASCAR entering Le Mans. And with this, they'll be able to run them unrestricted on the Mulsanne as opposed to somewhere like Daytona or Talladega, and it will be good for data collection. So maybe there is more to it than just being a PR exercise. I'm sure there will be cynics out there that think that these Garage 56 entries should only be reserved for the latest pieces of bonkers engineering, and once this NASCAR car has been lapped a couple of times by the hypercars, the novelty will wear off. But on the other hand, if this Camaro does wipe out one of the hypercars, then, YouTube has a field day. But Rick Hendrick had this to say on the matter, telling NASCAR.com, "Participating in one of the truly iconic events in auto racing and representing NASCAR and Chevrolet on the world stage is a privilege. Jim deserves tremendous credit for having the vision for the project, and we thank him for trusting our organisation with the responsibility. Even though Garage 56 is a class of one, we are competitors and have every intention of putting on a bold product on the racetrack for the fans at Le Mans. It's a humbling opportunity, one that will present an exciting challenge over the next 15 months. But our team is ready." But this thing has got people talking, even if I am one of the people that think that the novelty will wear off once it's been lapped a few times, and then people won't really care that it's still running, if indeed it is still running, and people will probably forget that it was ever on the grid at all. But, I'll still tune in to see what it looks like going around. But let me know what you think down in the designated conversation leaving zone underneath this video and get a discussion going. It is, after all, why I do this series. And while scrolling down, if you have learned something here today, then be sure to like the video, and for more stuff like this, get subscribed if you haven't already, and also get that bell on so you never miss out on a future video. Big shout out to the kind folk who support this channel via Patreon, and if you want to help support me at a more personal level, as images need buying up for this series for thumbnails and stuff, you can help by following the link down in the description, as well as joining in the Discord chatter and following my social media stuff. So until next time, I've been Millward. Have a great day wherever you live in the world, and I'll see you all again soon for another video. Goodbye.